Your blonde bombshell here with you, and yes, it's time for the bombshell belief. Blonde bombshell belief. I'm in a Calvin Klein dress tonight, and I'm feeling like $1,000,000. So I feel like I'm qualified to do the bombshell belief tonight. Goodness, it feels like we haven't had a chance to do this in a long time, doesn't it? This is my night off from working out, hence the hair. It's all done and fancy. Let's see. There's a lot of things I want to cover in this video. We had my birthday come and go. Glad it's over now. About 3 days before my birthday, it was kind of funny. I was in a county market, and there was this man on his cell phone, and he's got the case there to open the donuts, and you get your own donuts. It's like a self-service. Okay. And he's already got like 4 or 5 in the box. Now, my grandma eats a maple square every morning, so I reach in, and I'm like, pardon me, I just need one. And he gives me the dirtiest look. I promise you, it was really bad. And he's like, sorry, honey. And I'm thinking he's speaking to me. And he's like, this woman is kind of blocking my way. Oh, honey, it's okay. I'll get you your donuts. Okay, I guess I'm just being really bitter, but you know what? Donuts are not like life and death. You do not have to make a federal case out of a donut. If you don't have the right one that you want the first time, you don't have to be calling home. Then, if that isn't the funniest part of this day over there at County Market, the next part is even more hilarious. This young girl who looks like I would say the age range of my eldest niece, about 18 going on 19, is on the phone standing in front of where they have like this Dollar Depot, everything's $1, and she's professing how much she loves him. Oh, I love you too. Oh, you're so great. Oh, yes. Let me just tell you something. If you are that much in love, get off the phone and go see that person. Do not block an area where someone is trying to shop. There is nothing worse than standing in the middle of the aisle and having to hear this love fest. So I reach over. She gives me the dirtiest look again, and she's like, eye roll. And I said, honey, do yourself and him a favor. Get off the phone, hang it up, and go see him. And she's like, we are on the middle of a private conversation. I said, yeah, well, everyone here has heard how much you both love each other, and we don't want to see any more of it. You should remove yourself from the situation. When I go check out at the counter, I'm telling the checkout girl about my experience. She is even apologizing for the nonsense that took place, and I'm just like, no, I guess the love bug has just bit Matt Toon. And then everybody's asking me, well, really, how did your birthday go? I'm not going to get into the semantics. I'm not getting into the details. It was one of those days where the best thing about it is that it was ended quickly. Well, it was kind of a long, drawn out. I didn't feel like some of my friends really even gave a hoot. I felt like I was an inconvenience during that day. So, yes, I'm just glad it's over. Furthermore, where are we going with this? Oh, dating experiences. Well, I haven't been dating lately, but I do have dating profiles on my dating websites. Yeah, I was having a Carrie Underwood moment there, showing the bra strap. I seem to be shrinking in all the wrong places, but that's another story. I had an interesting conversation the other night. This guy messages me out of the blue that I'm 1 in a million, and I have no business being on POF. And I was like going, okay. Then a few hours later, he's complaining about how he and his date went to like this fair, and I don't know if he was trying to prove a point, which if he did, I'm blonde and it went way over my head, but let me tell you the story he told me. He went and got this woman a corn dog, some cotton candy, they held hands, did skee ball, I guess that's what it was, some sort of carnival game, won her a teddy bear, and after he took her home, she didn't text him, but she was on POF. So that right there was a sign to him that there was nothing there. And that made him angry. And I kind of agree. I mean, if he went to all that trouble, the least she could do was say thank you for the date, been honest, and said, you know what, there is no future, I'm sorry, let's remain friends. Give him the friend speech, for God's sakes. But don't just leave him hanging. I'm sorry, I'm really bitter. The other thing that was kind of funny, and he was like, kept telling me the whole time we're talking, you need to get off the site, you're just too wonderful of a woman, yada yada yada. And then while he's saying this, some other man messages me and tells me the same exact thing, that I'm too good for POF. And then I'm 1 in a million. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, that's true, but I guess I'm just too much 1 of a million and can't find that right man to not give up. Because I know I am not the easiest to get along with. There, I said it. But I have some more funny experiences for you. This man messaged me this week, asked me out on a date. I was almost really considering it, but I thought it was funny that in his picture, there was this big wedding ring on the middle finger. And so I asked him about that, and he says, we have an open marriage, and I already asked her, and she's okay if we go on a date. Just don't go thinking that we have a future, like a wedding in our future, because I'm already married, and I don't want kids, because I already have them. Newsflash! Get off the dating site. Love your wife. And he goes, you're not the woman I thought you were. You're not as modern as I thought you were. That was the right wording. I guess now I know what modern is. And I replied with, you're not the gentleman I thought you were. And immediately he went on ignore. The next gentleman that stepped up to the plate, this is kind of like that Trace Adkins song, swing, bada, bada, swing. Anyway, the next gentleman that stepped up to the plate, he asked me out. He seemed like a really great guy, a little bit younger than me, and I usually don't go for younger guys. But he made up for it in looks, and he was already a father, but wouldn't mind being a father again. But you know what they say, when it sounds too good to be true, there's always something wrong. This is no different. I found out that he was going to use our date to make his ex-wife jealous. Or, in his case, they're just separated. And he wants custody of the kids, although he loves her, but he just wanted to make his ex-wife jealous, or soon to be. I'm confused. Are you separated, divorced? Do you just want the kids? What do you really want with me, and why did you contact me in the first place? So, right now, I'm finding the dating sites comical, and I'm not taking anybody seriously anymore. And that's the sad part in a way, because yes, I have a lot of people on my case saying, well, you know, you're not getting any older, or any younger. Yes, I'm getting older. And you want kids, but how can you have kids if you're going to be so cynical? I guess life makes you cynical, because you feel like you can't trust, you can't believe in a future, because when you do, it's just, oh my gosh, you want that from me? I can't give you that. Or if you do believe in the future, Lord help you, because you better be checking out his whole profile. He might be hiding something you don't know. And just when you get into a relationship, what makes you think that he is not going to cheat on you with somebody else on a dating website? Just putting that out there. Your blonde bombshell belief tonight is basically DTA. Don't trust anyone. I've so been hurt, and so time and time again injured with lies, deceit. I feel like right now it's a sign for me to back the heck off of every dating thing and just take it as a comic thing until a man can actually show me that he is serious, he's not lying, he doesn't want just a hookup or a fling and move on to the next thing, and he doesn't want these ill wills of having a relationship here but wanting his ex to being married but yet dating. No, that's just not, no. You know, maybe this is a sign that I'm destined to be Mrs. Chris Young. Just saying. I've got my little black dress. Anyway, stay tuned because I have one singing video next. I had to shoot this quickly thing tonight just because I promised this all to you. I got my new phone today. I've been trying to do that. Decorated the house already for Halloween. I know, I'm already thinking of harvest time and just getting into the spirit. There's been a lot of questions about concerts. I know Rodney Atkins was tonight. I already seen Rodney in concert. He's a great singer, don't get me wrong. I just didn't feel like seeing him again for the umpteenth billionth time. Now, if it was Chris Young, saying I probably would have been there with bells on. Now, everybody's been bugging me about the Windsor Harvest Picnic. Am I going this year? There's a lot of pressure on that. And I gotta say, in a way I would love to go, but in a way I don't want to go. Mr. CB is always a factor, and probably always will be, whether he likes it or not. As for going, it's always been a family thing for us to go, but this year I just can't get into it. And financially, I definitely don't even want to go. So there's that. It's not even really a concert I'm looking forward to. The only concert that I'm looking forward to, besides Luke Bryan in October, is the one in September for the Broomcorn Festival. In fact, we went to Pagliacci's today, and the young girl goes, I ain't going to Windsor. She goes, I'm going up to Arcola. She goes, they're going to have William Michael Morgan, and I hope that's his name. I always get it wrong. But I've heard him singing, and he is outstanding, and I will be there. I won't be at the beer tent because I don't drink, smoke, or hang out at those places, but I will be there because of the music. It's just so sad when we have to have beer tents at these events. And that is my stance. I would rather you go drink your beer at a bar, but if there's children around, it's going to affect language, it's going to affect behavior, and you're not going to act like a responsible adult. You're going to act like a free loosey-goosey, or a Mr. All hands all over decks. I guess that's a good way of putting it. So if I would rather, I'd rather go to a concert that does not have alcohol. But looking forward to Luke Bryan in October. Don't really want to discuss any more concerts at this time. Trying to touch up all the topics. Have I gotten used to this? You all have been asking great questions, and I know I'm skipping here and there tonight because I want to get to the last video, which is singing. It's taken me a while. I think when it gets grown back out a lot more, because right now I know it's curled, but when we grow it back out to where I feel it needs to be, no offense to any short hair people out there, okay? Just my personal preference, I would rather have it longer. And I know I did it for a good cause, but next time I'm definitely going to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to chop way up here. Let's give me some more length before you go. I can't really think of anything else to tell you guys about right now. We've shared a lot of funny moments. I took some pictures tonight in the new Calvin Klein dress. Those will be up, provided I approve later on. I feel like $1,000,000 in it, just saying. I haven't, here was a question, I guess I'm avoiding it. You feel, with PCOS, what is one thing that you detest the most? I guess it's the hormonal roller coaster. You could say 1 minute you're high, 1 minute you're low, the next minute you're way out the door. That's just one of many things I detest about PCOS. The weight fluctuation, no matter how much I work out, no matter what I'm eating, to me right now, I feel quote unquote fat. And I'm working through that, okay? I don't really like taking my night off from working out, but I know that I need to take one night off and just relax a bit. I definitely push myself. I feel like that's a necessary thing to do. I try to set high goals and standards because I don't want to go back to where I was before. And I feel like I've got to put myself first, definitely with my health. And with me coming to see the doctor in September 30th, I'm anxious to see what he has to say too. So I'll let you all know, like I always do. But stay tuned because I am going to sing one song tonight, and that's it.